Textile waste is a huge problem in the fashion industry. When you think about the culture we live in and how fast fashion plays a role, how few times we wear our clothes before we donate them or toss them, it's a lot. So that's why it's so important for us to make pieces that are built to last and connect with customers who value that story and that purpose and find them worthy of repair, so just so we can extend that life even longer. My mom immigrated here when she was about 19, 20 years old, and she pretty much learned how to sew on the job. She worked in garment factories for many years and eventually saved enough money to buy her own sewing machine so that she can work at home and raise 3 kids. So she did that for over 40 years as a seamstress and pattern maker, and now Roncy Packs has really become her full-time creative outlet, and it's really allowed us, her children, to kind of shine the spotlight back at her, which is very different from what she was doing before, where she was working behind the scenes and not getting to experience what it was like for the end user. Every single product is handmade by my mom. She does everything from start to finish. She does the cutting, she does the lining, she does the exteriors. And so my mom just loves digging into this creative process. She kind of assesses what she has and sees how they can go together, whether that be matching colors or patching different shapes and pieces together to make something new. Roncy Packs started in 2020. It was not something that we planned. It kind of just happened naturally. My nephew, who was 3 years old at the time, asked my mom to make him a fanny pack. And so she dug into her scrap pile. She had huge piles of scraps in her studio, they've accumulated over the years from working with designers, and she made him one. And she thought it was so fun, she made more for the rest of the family. And it got to a point where we had so many that we had to share them on social media just to sell them. And people just kept wanting to see more. They kept asking when the next batch would be, and when the next batch would be. And so we kept making them until that scrap pile got smaller and smaller, until it was gone, and we decided maybe we should keep doing this. Maybe we should keep using materials like this that would otherwise go to waste. We decided to keep using textile waste because, very simply put, it just makes sense. It's a lot of material that is available to us that would otherwise just be thrown out. So this has a huge environmental impact in the long run. As we continue to make more, we want to be conscious of what we add to the world. One of our favorite places to acquire sustainable materials from is Circular Partners, and Roncy Packs is a proud member of their reuse marketplace in Toronto. They also operate a clean material recovery facility known as Viking Recycling, and what we love about them is that they have a zero landfill policy. What they do is direct excess materials of all types to the highest and best use. I think the really fun part about waste-led design is that we can be creative. We kind of have to be a little bit more thoughtful with how we use what we have. Over the years, we've been able to divert tons of textile waste from landfills, which I think is so cool. And we've also been able to get our hands on such interesting materials. For instance, we were able to turn the life preservers, the expired life preservers, into a really fun fanny pack that people love to talk about. We get leather from upholstery stores. They have tons of scraps that they just can't use anymore, but are perfect for us. And we've even had community donations. People have their old leather coats that they haven't worn in a long time, that have just been sitting in their closet or have been damaged and they just didn't know what to do with. Or we'll have people have seen a couch on the corner waiting to be picked up by the garbage truck, and they'll take like a pair of scissors to it and just cut up pieces so that we can still use it. So lots of really interesting backstories to every single piece really, which makes it really special. What I love about the Roncesvalles neighborhood is that we share a lot of the same values when it comes to waste, minimizing waste. People would save their mailers for us over long periods of time and donate them to us. And for the past 4 years, we haven't had to purchase new shipping material because it's been supplied so heavily by the community. I'd say the future of Roncy Packs will continue to be small, close to home, and we will just continue to make just enough because we want to be cognizant of how much we put into this world.